this afternoon 25 students representing 25 regions of KVS. They are the first position. They have secured first position in the respective regions. They have been in Delhi for the last 2 days now. Yesterday, we had the opportunity of meeting Honorable President of India. They also had a very lively interaction with Minister of Human Resource Development for 45 minutes. They also had the opportunity of seeing and visiting Lotus Temple, Qutub Minar, National Museum, as also Red Fort. Not much actually, sir. I would like to invite Joint Secretary, XP Division, to come and say the welcome remarks.
Honorable External Affairs Minister Srimati Sushma Swaraj, Foreign Secretary Dr. Jaishankar, Joint Secretary from HRD Satdeep Bedi, Commissioner Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan Mr. Santosh Kumar Mal, respected principals from Kendriya Vidyalayas, my colleagues from the Ministry of External Affairs and Human Resource Development, members of the media, teachers from the 25 regions of KVS, and students. I am delighted to welcome all of you to the award ceremony of the winners of the first essay competition by students of Kendriya Vidyalayas. This event and the competition as a whole marks a new beginning for the ministry in its engagement with the student community. Through this, we hope to encourage more youth to acquire an understanding of foreign policy and to consider the pursuit of India's national interests, whether in government or outside, as a worthwhile career. The Kendriya Vidyalayas were a natural choice when we were looking for a partner for this competition. With its network of schools all around the country, we were able to reach out not just to cities or regions, but indeed to all of India. We, at the Ministry of External Affairs, have always taken a certain pride in our public diplomacy initiatives. We believe that foreign policy cannot merely remain behind closed doors or gilded chancelleries. It has a direct impact on economic development, human security, and much more. Through our presence in social media, engagement with think tanks and universities, publications and films, we aim to demystify foreign policy and bring it closer to the people. Judging from the response to this essay competition, we are in no doubt that this is a worthwhile process. It is a matter of great honor for us that the Honorable Minister of External Affairs herself has agreed to grace this occasion. Her leadership and guidance for India's foreign policy has opened new frontiers and has helped India expand its unique role and reach in international affairs. Her presence here for the first award ceremony of the MEA's essay competition is indicative of our sustained engagement that has begun with the students of Kendriya Vidyalayas and will no doubt expand to the larger student community in due course. With these few words, I would now like to invite the Honorable External Affairs Minister to deliver her address.
Principals from Kendriya Vidyalayas, senior officials from the Ministries of External Affairs and Human Resource Development, Commissioner Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan Mr. Santosh Kumar Mal, teachers from the 25 regions of KVS, and my dearest students. Nothing gives me more pleasure than an afternoon spent in the company of young minds. And you represent the best of the best, the bright sparks of hope that will guide this nation forward in the years to come. I say this not merely as a minister or a representative of the government, but as a mother myself and a citizen of this unique country. Collectively, we also represent the multi-hued diversity that sustains India. So many of you come from different parts of the country, speak different languages at home, eat different types of food, yet you still have to suffer the same strict do the same type of homework, even write the same exams? Would there be a better example of unity in diversity? The reason all of you are here today is because of a simple question that we in the Ministry of External Affairs put to all the Kendriya Vidyalayas in the country: why does foreign policy matter? And we asked students to frame their responses through 7 different prisms. 1. India's soft power. 2. The International Day of Yoga. 3. India and United Nations. 4. India and her neighbors. 5. The Indian view of climate change. 6. The relevance of Mahatma Gandhi in the contemporary world. And 7. India-Africa ties, partnership for the future. I hope through this exercise we have been able to expose students to think about the various ways in which our foreign policy choices impacts our daily lives. Because at its core, foreign policy is designed to create a favorable external environment for a nation's domestic progress. How can a nation progress if it is constantly threatened by war or economic insecurity? Still, there are many people who remain unaware of this connection between domestic progress and external engagement. They ask, how will the farmer in Andhra Pradesh or the shop owner in Rajasthan or the employee in a private firm in Maharashtra benefit, for example, when a Prime Minister shakes hands with a foreign leader? Well, a simple answer is that a handshake signifies an agreement which could lead to investments which in turn would propel growth and create jobs. But foreign policy is much more than investment and jobs. As we push forward into this brave new century, it is also increasingly clear that the biggest problems of tomorrow cannot be solved by nations acting alone. Even as I speak, my colleague is in Paris attempting to reach an agreement on combating climate change that will protect India's right to sustainable growth while recognizing the dangers of global warming. Every day, we are confronted with the threat of terrorism that recognizes no borders. We are safer only because nations constantly speak to each other, informing, advising, and alerting. From cyber crimes to free passage on the high seas, from reforming international institutions to peacekeeping in distant lands, we can only solve the problems of tomorrow if we act together today. And don't forget, the millions of Indians who live and work outside India, collectively referred to as the Indian diaspora, protection of their interests and concerns is also an important priority for our government and is yet another reason why foreign policy matters. So, from the promise of peace to the dangers of an epidemic, from the nuts and bolts of an investment agreement to the restructuring of international institutions, from an exchange program for students to a telemedicine program in Africa, every handshake represents an effort to take us down the road of progress, to create an ecosystem that will foster India's own development and support its friends and partners along the way. Beyond the simplicity of straight explanations, our foreign policy builds an intricate web of connections, bit by bit. Without it, we are left to the vagaries of an unpredictable international system. With it, we can skillfully navigate the unknown waters of the future. I hope that through this essay competition, we have been able to inculcate in young minds the importance of our engagement with the world. More importantly, we have been able to see the world through your eyes. I would like to congratulate all of you on your successful participation and being adjudged the best entries in the competition. Your skill with words and your knowledge of our world are powerful tools with this country's needs. Your intelligence and compassion have shown through your essays that there is a great deal to be learned from your perspectives about India's place in the world and what our foreign policy means. I also congratulate officials of Kendriya Vidyalayas and all Kendriya Vidyalaya schools represented by the 25 teachers from 25 regions here for enthusiastically facilitating this essay competition. I have been told that several activities relating to the topics selected for the competition were organized to create an atmosphere of awareness and keenness before the students actually wrote the essays. That is in keeping with the very objective of the competition. That is to create awareness among younger generation about the issues of international importance. For all those who have participated, whether you won or lost, I urge you to keep competing. As Gandhiji said repeatedly during the long struggle for independence, full effort is full victory. Sooner rather than later, you will graduate from here and from higher education institutions to enter professions and careers. While your knowledge and skills will be invaluable, the principles and values you bring will shape the destiny of India. We are the children of the future, and there can be no limits to what you can achieve. I would urge you also to think about a career in public service and foreign policy. This century is going to be Asia's century, our century. India's engagement with the world in politics, economics, trade, security, technology, education, and all other fields will intensify and deepen. What better way to define India's place in the world than to actually work as an ambassador of our heritage and values and a promoter of India's interests abroad. But in the end, whatever you do, do it with full commitment and dedication. I would like to leave you with a message that late President APJ Abdul Kalam used to give to young people, and I quote him: have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible, and to conquer the problems and succeed. Thank you.
May I now request Honorable Minister to give away prizes to the 25 students. I request students, as I call out your name, to come and receive your prizes and a certificate from Honorable Minister. First name is Kavita Yadav. It's a regional topper, national participant. Next is Prashant Parmar. Regional topper of region Ahmedabad. Sarthak Praharaj. Next is Pragya Yadav. Next is Sweta Singh. Next is Ritu Kala of Dehradun region. Next is Anupam Singh of Delhi region. Next is Sriram Shankar H of Anagula region. Next is Siddhan Singh of Gurgaon region. Next is Abhijit Singh of Guwahati region. Next is Jason Amara of Hyderabad region. Next is Akriti Singh of Jabalpur region. Next is Itya Ola of Jaipur region. Next is Divyanshu Shukla of Jammu region. is Mehak Bahal of Kolkata region. Next is Anas Khan of Lucknow region. Priya Kumari of Mumbai region. Next is Muskan Srivastava of Patna region. Next is Amira Ahmed of Ranchi region. Next is Rajbans Widrom of Shulya region. Next is Gladys E. Haji of India region. Next is Shikha Pal of Varanasi region. Now we're coming to the three toppers at the national level, and I read out the name of the second runner-up, that is third position, for your breath. Ranu Tiwari of Bhopal region. This is your third position at the national level of this All India Kendra Vidyalaya essay competition. Next, second position goes to S. Harshita of Bangalore region. And now it's become obvious the first position goes to Alibha Priyadarshini of Raipur region. Let's give a big hand once again, please. May I request Commissioner of KVS, Shri Shankar Kumar, to give the vote.
Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj ji, respected Dr. Subramanian Jaishankar ji, Foreign Secretary, India, Mr. Vikas Swarup ji, Joint Secretary, External Publicity, Joint Secretary, Madam Mrs. Sadhi Bedi ji, all the senior officials of Ministry of External Affairs and KVS present in this hall, members from the press, respected teachers, principals, students from all 25 regions of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. It is my proud privilege to address this August gathering on the felicitation ceremony for the winners of the All India KVS, All India Essay Competition organized by the Ministry of External Affairs. I would like to begin by congratulating all the bright students who have come from all the regions, and especially I would like to congratulate Alibha, Harshita and Ranu, who have brought laurels not only to their respective schools and regions but also to their mentors who inspired and guided them in the right direction. It is my proud privilege to thank you, Minister Madam, for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule to bless these young minds. Ma'am, your speech has provided stimulus to these blooming buds, and indeed, as you very rightly pointed out, it is going to be India's century, and these talents shall definitely think about taking a career in public service and especially foreign service. We are thankful to Foreign Secretary Dr. Subramanian Jaishankar ji. Sir, you have taken time to bless the students and raise the occasion.
I thank JS External Publicity Shri Vikas Swarup ji and JS School Education Mrs. Sadhvi Bedi ji. And also I thank all the senior officials of the Ministry of External Affairs and Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. We are extremely thankful to the External Publicity Division for entrusting the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan with the responsibility to organize this all India level competition among the 1125 Kendriya Vidyalayas, reaching out to more than 12 lakh students. A competition of this magnitude achieved a twofold purpose: creating awareness and also giving a platform to discuss the impact international issues have on India's foreign policy and involving students in a constructive and creative way. When the External Publicity Division extended their initiative to the Sangathan, their aim was to involve the students at a young age. The wide range of topics provided a vast platform to students to choose from, and the process helped them to reach their level of excellence. It is said that the destination is not as important as the journey. Competitions of this kind give exposure to the students who prepare for the topic using different sources and breed in turn a kind of fervor for research, ensuring that the spirit behind the competition was maintained. Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, under the aegis of HRD Ministry, has been striving for the right blend of technology, modern approach, and cultural values. Our endeavor is to equip our students with the skills of 21st century, to prepare them to be global citizens, and to instill in them the right values. The Sangathan is its own best competitor, if I may say so, and challenges itself to set new milestones each year. No doubt, the ethos behind is the continuing adaptability of the organization to umpteen novel ideas beholding the changing times, such as the one which we witnessed just now. I would like to appreciate also the officials of KVS Delhi region who have done all the spade work in this regard. I would like to close on a note for all the young participants in the words of Brian Patrick Herbert, an American author. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. And the willingness to learn is a choice. So children, make the right choice in life, and remember that continuous learning is about expanding our skill set in response to changing environment. Thank you. Jai.
That brings us to the close of this function. Before we proceed for high tea, may I request Honorable Minister to give an opportunity for a photo op with the children.
करते हैं ले इसे ले दबा जल्दी
Photo op will be at the foyer and the refreshment is served in the foyer. Thank you so much.
कुछ छोरे को बुला दो ले लेगा